Okay, so my first question to you today, right, is when was the last time you learned something new? Anyway, when's the last time you learned something new today? 5 seconds ago. That's a great answer. What else? Before this town hall, what else did you learn? What's the last thing you learned today? Or yesterday? Maybe last night on your computer. What did you learn? I'm going to give you some examples, right? So probably you learned how to write a blog post that is more engaging. Have you all learned that before? You probably did that before, right? What else have you learned? You probably learned about how to rank your website with SEO. You know what's SEO, right? Okay, cool. So you learn a few things, right? We learn how to do predictive analytics, how do we build web applications, how do we start a side business, how do we invest in properties, how do we invest in stocks, how do we buy a house, how to rake in millions from your business, how to build a unicorn business. We all learn that every day, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so learning has become the major trend of the 21st century. We all learn every day and it feels good. Okay, so admit it, right? I want to see a show of hands here. How many of you have gotten courses from places like Udemy, Skillshare, DataCamp, Code Academy, and have not used it yet? Let's see. Let's be honest. Coursera, all those kind of places. So we've all done this before. We have collected courses, we have hogged all these courses, but we've not used it at all, right? Now this brings me to, now learning is a great thing, right? We all love learning. But let me tell you what if I told you that learning is also a form of procrastination? Yeah, I'll explain. All right, so learning is also a form of procrastination, right? Now we all love reading and also learning from someone else's experience. Now, I'm sure in the past few days, you have clicked on one article that looks something like this, the inspiring lives of Elon Musk, the inspiring life of this and that and that. We all have done that before, right? And the point is, we are like addicted to learning. It's like cocaine, right? When you see something, you have to go for it, right? You have to go and get it. You see an article, you cannot resist, you have to go and click and read it. Because you want to learn people's experience, right? Now, I'm going to show you, before that, right, we can't really afford to miss out anything. When there's a conference, we'll go for it. When there's a course for free, we go and grab it, right? Now, I speak from experience. So, here's how we develop knowledge porn. Now, first of all, I will explain why I think learning can be a form of procrastination, because action actually gets things done, not learning. Okay, so first of all, normally what happens is you have this problem, right? You're trying to solve a problem. Let's say you're trying to write a blog post, which is you want to write an engaging blog post. Now, the first thing you do is you go online and search for things like how do you write an engaging blog post? We all done that before, right? So we feel that we have the need to sharpen these axe, right? We need to sharpen our skills first before we can actually perform something or do something. Next, we go into this cycle, right? We're chasing someone else's dreams, looking at reading about someone else's dreams is easier compared to working on your own dream. Now, as you go deeper and deeper into learning, you go for conferences, you go for online courses, nobody says anything because you're actually doing a good thing, right? Right? Okay, and then you become comfortable, right? You become comfortable into learning and going for conferences, going to events after events, training after training, but not actually doing any real action, right? Now, at the end, you become comfortable, and now you cannot afford to miss anything out anymore. Whenever there's a conference, you have to go. When there's a training, you have to go, and you have to go and go and go and go and go. Anybody have been in this endless cycle before? Yeah, you can relate? All right, but what actually matters here is we do something, right? So, have you seen people that came up with goals like this before? Right? To read 40 books by the end of 2019. Anybody had this goal in mind? No? Good. Oh, all right, so my proposition for you today here, right, is instead of reading 40 books by the end of 2019, right, you just cross it out and you want to go and read one and apply one. You agree with that? Okay, so knowledge is worthless unless it's applied. That's why I believe that learning can be a form of procrastination, right? So instead of learning by consuming, we want to learn by doing. Okay, and that leads me to introducing myself and Lid. We are a tech institute who focuses on 3 main courses: data science, full stack web development, and also digital marketing. Now, of course, we do have other courses in things like IoT, Internet of Things, machine learning, and all that kind of stuff. But our three main ones would be, I'll get that a bit later. Now, you can always go to Google, read about us at Wacom Post. Just go and search for Wacom Post space lead. You'll find a whole story on us on the first page. Now, we are set up here today to build and to close the skill gap. Now, we believe a lot of people who come out of colleges, who finish a major, do not end up doing what they studied. Anybody of you do not do what you have studied here today? Let's see a show of hands, right? See whether my assumptions is true or not. So a lot of us today, we studied in a major, but we do not actually use it in work, right? I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me on this. And the reason for that is because college and university do not prepare us for the work or to start entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship journey, right? So we are set to actually close that gap. So one of our courses is data science. We teach data science and big data analytics, and we find there are a lot of students, are working professionals, people who are in finance, people who are from engineering backgrounds, who wants to learn the skill of data science and apply it at work to solve business problems, normally only two things, to increase income or to reduce costs in their companies and businesses. So that's data science, right? Now, full stack, I'm sure a lot of you will know, this is where we teach people how to build web applications, right? There are a lot of people who are working in jobs and they want to switch careers or upgrade their career by learning that skill, right? And all of these courses are taught by people or instructors who are industry players, people who are experienced in their own industries, as you can see at the bottom here. And finally, we have Digital Marketing 360, which is something that is taught by me. So what I do is I teach digital marketing, and we run these courses as normally like a bootcamp style for these classes, right? Let me introduce them to you. The reason why I started off with telling you that learning is a sort of procrastination is because we've seen this in our students, and that's how we have changed a lot of different things. So I'm going to show you how we actually encourage doing instead of learning in our courses that we do. So take, for example, our digital marketing program is something that I teach, right? So instead of teaching them digital marketing where they come to a class and listen to, oh, this is Facebook, this is Google, this is da-da-da-da-da, this is similar web and all that. Now we teach them a different way, right? So when they come for classes, in day one, they will actually find a niche and build LP stands for landing page or website, right? In day two, you get them to build a sales funnel to actually build something, right? And by the end of day 3 and day 4, they would have built their whole sales funnel, their whole marketing funnel, and at the end of the whole course itself, whether or not they have a product, service or not, we will want them to launch something and market it in the market space, right? And that's what we do in most of the courses. So in different verticals, let's say data science or full stack, they will actually build something during the courses as well, right? Now we also work for our students in the sense that now when we first started, we started off like anyone else doing, for example, a data science bootcamp, 4 days, 6 days. You've seen that in the market, right? Bootcamps, coding bootcamps, 6 days, 12 weeks, right? Now what happened is, we found out that a lot of students who come for bootcamps or learn classes in 6-7 days, they'll forget everything at the end of the whole bootcamp. Have you experienced things like that? Yes? No? Okay, so what we do is we provide them with an online resource, sort of an online class, right? Think of it like a Udemy kind of style, where they can log in anytime to relearn what they have learned, even after the classes. Now, we also provide support for our students. So we see things like this coming up every single day. Someone will ask, hey, I'm looking to integrate Vue.js into Node.js, something technical there. And somebody will actually answer within minutes and seconds, right? So all our students are housed in a Slack group like this. So all our students have this, what we call a post-support group, even after their classes. All right, that's how we actually help them, right? Okay, now in fact, for some, we also build tools for them. So for example, we also have something like, for digital marketing, we actually build email marketing software for our students. Now, these are softwares that we use ourselves in our company, but we also provide this free for our students. So they can actually use softwares like this that we built for them, so they can use for their own businesses as well. So these are things that we add on for our students, right? And now we have helped students from and also to companies like this. So we have students from places like Plus Malaysia, their AI team, Touch and Go, CapitaLand, Faith, and we also help people to get into these companies as well. To think of it, we have run so many courses, right? In KL, in JB, in Penang, and all around Malaysia. Tons of them here and there. Thank you so much for listening.